If you're over 60, there's one simple exercise that can protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and lower your risk of dangerous falls more than your daily walk. And almost no one has ever told you about it. In this video, I'll show you exactly how this better than walking move works, step by step, right in your living room. We'll cover a safe standing version, a seated version if your balance isn't perfect, and a clear plan for how many minutes per day actually make a difference. You won't need a gym, fancy shoes, or any special equipment. But there's a catch. If you only copy the move halfway, you can overload your knees, strain your back, or completely miss the brain and balance benefits that make it so powerful. Stay with me all the way to the end so you know precisely how to do it safely and how to progress. Week by week, I'm Dr. Eli Morgan, a geriatric physician who's spent the last 30 years helping older adults stay strong, independent, and out of the hospital. Let me walk you through the one exercise I teach my own patients when walking alone is no longer enough. Why doing it any old way is dangerous. The move is called upright marching in place. Instead of just sliding your feet forward like in a walk, you gently lift one knee, then the other, as if you're stepping over a low line on the floor. Done correctly, it wakes up your hip muscles, core, and balance system. Done sloppily, it can jam your lower back or strain sore knees. So technique matters. Why half knowledge hurts plus. What this move really trains. Just hearing that an exercise is good for you is very different from knowing how to use it safely. The problem I see all the time is this. People copy a move from TV, do a few loose reps, then assume they're doing enough. For older adults, that guesswork is risky. Upright marching, done correctly, trains your hip flexors, thighs, ankles, core, balance system, and even your focus all at once. Far more than casual walking. Why this beats just walking more. In one hospital rehab program I worked with, older adults who added upright marching to their usual walks improved their get up and go speed almost twice as much as those who only walked. The difference wasn't huge hours at the gym. It was 5 to 10 focused minutes of marching most days of the week. When you lift your knees instead of just shuffling forward, you challenge the muscles and nerves that help you stand up from chairs, climb steps, and catch yourself if you stumble. Walking versus marching. Now, walking is still valuable. It keeps your joints moving and your heart working, but after a while, your body gets used to the same flat, straight ahead motion. Upright marching adds something walking can't. Brief moments of single leg balance, higher knee lift, and more work for the muscles that protect your hips and spine. That's why many physiotherapists and fall prevention clinics now use marching drills as a core part of their balance programs, not just longer and longer walks, from careful with every step to confident again. Let me give you a real example of how powerful this can be. Linda is 69. She used to walk around her neighborhood every morning with a small group of friends. After a minor stroke and a bad fall in her kitchen, she didn't break any bones, but she broke her confidence. She started holding on to furniture, avoiding stairs, and skipping her walks. Just for a few weeks while she recovered, those few weeks turned into months. By the time I met her, her legs were weaker, her steps were shorter, and she constantly watched the ground instead of looking ahead. She told me, "I feel like my body aged 10 years in 6 months." We didn't start with long walks. We started with upright marching at her kitchen counter. The first day, she could only lift each knee for about 15 seconds before needing a rest. That was enough. We focused on quality. Stand tall, light hand on the counter, slow controlled knee lifts, steady breathing. Over the next 4 weeks, she marched in place for tiny snacks of movement, 30 seconds here, 1 minute there, 3 or 4 times a day. Her balance app on her phone, which tracks sway, started to improve. More importantly, she noticed she could step into the shower without grabbing the wall and turn quickly to answer the door without feeling like she might tip over. 2 months later, Linda went back to her morning walks. The difference was that this time her walks were supported by stronger hips, better balance, and a brain that had relearned how to react quickly. All from a few minutes of upright marching, done well most days of the week. You're not doing this alone. Before we jump into the step-by-step, I want to know who I'm training with today. Tell me your age and the country or city you're watching from. In the comments, you'll see there are thousands of people your age working on their balance and strength right alongside you. Standing upright marching, step by step. All right, let's learn this together. Step 1, choose a safe spot. Stand near something solid you can lightly hold. The back of a sturdy chair, a countertop, or a heavy table. Make sure the floor is not slippery and there are no loose rugs or cables where your feet might catch. Step 2, set your posture. Stand with your feet about hip width apart. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Soften your knees slightly, let your shoulders relax down, and look straight ahead, not at your feet. Lightly tighten your belly as if someone is about to poke it. Step 3, learn one controlled march. Place 1 or 2 fingers on the chair for light support. Slowly lift your right knee a comfortable amount. It doesn't have to be high. Then place your foot back down with control. Then lift your left knee and set it down. That's one full march. No rushing, no stomping. Step 4, find your rhythm in breathing. Start with a slow, steady rhythm. Right, left, left. Breathe out gently as you lift. Breathe in as your foot returns to the floor. If your balance is good, let your arms swing naturally by your sides. If not, keep at least one hand lightly touching the chair. Step 5, choose your level. Level 1, beginner. March in place for 20 to 30 seconds, then rest, repeat 3 to 5 times. Level 2, intermediate. Build up to 1 to 2 minutes of continuous marching, rest, and repeat 2 to 3 times. Level 3, advanced. Aim for 3 to 5 minutes of smooth, controlled marching once or twice a day. You can fit this into daily life while the kettle boils during TV commercials or as a short warm-up before you go for a walk. Quality is more important than speed. If you feel yourself wobbling or holding your breath, slow down, reset your posture, and continue. Seated version plus progression rules. If standing feels unsafe today, you can still train the same muscles and balance system from a chair. Step 1, set up your chair. Use a firm, non-rolling chair. Sit tall near the front of the seat, feet flat on the floor, knees bent about 90 degrees. Hold the sides of the chair lightly for support. Step 2, seated marching movement. Lift your right foot a few inches off the floor as if you're stepping over a small book. Then place it down with control, then lift your left foot. That's one seated march. Keep your spine tall. Don't lean back and swing your legs. Step 3, breathing and posture. Keep your chest open, gaze forward, and gently tighten your belly as you lift each foot. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as your foot returns. If your hip flexors tire quickly, that's normal. They're waking up. Step 4, build your routine. Start with 3 minutes of gentle seated marching once or twice a day. Over 2 to 3 weeks, build up to 10 to 15 minutes at least 5 days per week. When that becomes easy, you can lift your knees a bit higher, move slightly faster, or add light arm swings, but never at the cost of posture or control. Form first, difficulty second. If this exercise gave you hope or a clear plan to get stronger, tap the like button. It helps more older adults discover it. Share this video with a friend or family member who's starting to slow down but doesn't want to lose their independence. And if you'd like more doctor-guided routines like this, hit subscribe so we can train together each week. Your 60s, 70s, and even 80s can still be active years, one controlled march at a time.